Hello, welcome to Spectator Mode, your new stop for all your gaming news. I'm your host, Taylor Zeller. Each week, we'll be diving into the week's top stories to keep you, the fans, up to date with all things going on in the gaming industry. While we tend to focus mostly on the esports side of the industry, we will still report on new games, game delays, and streams you should check out in your free time. So let's get into it. To start off the episode, there is an update to one of our stories from last week's episode. In our story about the Halo World Championship Tour X Games Aspen Invitational, we finished the report by stating that we did not know how teams would be chosen. It was confirmed after the filming of the episode that the 8 teams would consist of the top 6 from North America and the remaining 2 from other parts of the world. According to Team Beyond, the top 6 North American teams as of right now are Allegiance Esports, Evil Geniuses, Counterlogic Gaming, Renegades, Team Liquid, and Team Envious. We're sorry for any confusion. In our first bit of news, Blizzard announced on Monday that it would be awarding over $4 million to Heroes of the Storm teams over the 2016 Global Championship circuit. In an announcement made on Battle.net, they stated that, quote, the best teams from Australia, New Zealand, China, Europe, Korea, Latin America, North America, Southeast Asia, and Taiwan will be competing in a seasonal format, with each of the 3 seasons, spring, summer, and fall, culminating in a global championship event. For those of you who are unaware of the game, Heroes of the Storm is Blizzard's attempt to break into the multiplayer online battle arena marketplace, which has been dominated in the past by games like League of Legends and Dota 2. This announcement is a huge step forward for Heroes Esports as it attempts to create a name for itself within the competitive MOBA scene, but it will probably not be enough to beat out those already established powerhouses. Currently, Dota 2 hosts tournaments with some of the top overall prize pools in all of esports according to esportsearnings.com, culminating with the over $18 million prize pool for the International back in 2015. Riot Games tends to keep their prize pools at a little over $2 million for their World Championships, but they also choose to keep their prize pool amounts down in order to pay the salaries of their professional players, which according to the 2015 LCS rulebook was a minimum of $12,500 per player per season. Nevertheless, this is a really bold strategy by Blizzard to try and pump up the popularity of their game. Only time will tell if this strategy was worth it. The spring season for Heroes of the Storm began on Tuesday, with the competition already kicking off in Korea, China, and Southeast Asia, and competition in North America is slated to begin sometime in February. The Electronic Sports League recently announced that they will be increasing the prize pool for the upcoming CSGO Pro League. In an article on the ESL website, the company stated that there would be a $500,000 increase in overall prize pool for the 2016 season, bringing the total prize pool up to $1.5 million, or $750,000 per season. According to ESL Vice President of Pro Gaming Ulrich Scholz, quote, we'll be working on enabling larger offline crowds to follow the action as players battle in matches that could define the rest of their lives. But it's not just offline audiences we are aiming for. Television broadcasts, a higher standard of online production, a continued emphasis on competitive integrity. These are just some of the things you will see this year. 2015 was a big year for the ESL Pro League, which was able to set a stream record of 1.3 million peak concurrent viewers at ESL 1 in Cologne. So it makes sense that ESL believes that this investment in raising the prize pool can continue the growth of the Pro League. This news comes just 1 month after the announcement of the Turner E-League's prize pool, which will give away $2.4 million over the course of 2 seasons in 2016. When asked about the influence of the E-League prize pool on the increased Pro League prize pool, Scholz told ESPN, quote, the increase in prize money is a testament to Counter-Strike and its explosive growth over the past few years. Seeing the team's achievements not only in the ESL Pro League, but also in major competitions such as ESL 1 Cologne and IEM San Jose, I think the prize money increase is nothing short of well-deserved. Alongside that, with 2 seasons this year, scaling up the prize money per season for a league of this standard, thereby enabling players to make a living with less travel requirements and event attendance, that was what was best for not just the players, but the league as a whole. Currently, the schedules for both leagues works out so that teams should not have an issue competing in either league, but we will see how this works out as time progresses. The ESL Pro League is slated to begin on February 9th, with the Turner E-League starting sometime later this summer. There have been a lot of predictions made already about how large a year esports will have in 2016, but recently the professional services powerhouse Deloitte took a look at esports as a whole to determine how much growth we should predict over the next year. In an article entitled Esports, Bigger and Smaller Than You Think, authors Paul Lee and Duncan Stewart estimated that esports will generate $500 million in revenue in 2016, while reaching an audience close to 150 million people. For a little bit of background information, Deloitte is one of the largest professional services companies in the world according to revenue, offering services in taxes, consulting, auditing, enterprise risk, and financial advising. In their prediction, the author stated, quote, "In some ways, esports is comparable to Major League sports. A single event, but not that many per year, may attract 40,000 people watching live and tens of millions watching over the web. This could be interpreted as meaning that esports is bigger than basketball. That may be true when measured by audience size for an individual event, but in dollar terms, esports is not yet playing in the big leagues. In 2016, esports revenues will represent a fraction of league revenues in major sports, which range from $4 billion up to $30 billion. The authors also state that the growth of esports is not related to the growth of YouTube channels that focus on gaming, such as PewDiePie, simply because those channels focus on producing entertaining or educational content instead of watching elite gamers compete. Now, this is a lot to take in, especially given that many esports insiders have been predicting this year to be the tipping point from which growth of the scene explodes. However, it is our opinion that these two predictions are not mutually exclusive. One of the largest things that we have taken from this article is that while esports events are able to match the audience size of most professional sports, one big reason why the scene has not yet experienced massive growth is the small number of big events per year compared to those same sports. But we are starting to see the creation of leagues that enable audiences to tune in weekly to watch their favorite teams play their favorite games. Call of Duty has launched the Call of Duty World League. CSGO has not one but two leagues, including the Turner League, which will broadcast CSGO on live television to a North American audience for the first time. And ESPN, one of the largest providers in sports news, has recently begun reporting on many professional esports titles. What we are trying to say is don't lose hope. 2016 could very much be the year that launches esports into the limelight. It's just up to us fans to get it there. We know that by now, many of you may be getting tired of hearing news stories about the North American esports giant Optic Gaming. However, they just have a knack of staying in the news. In a landmark event, Optic Gaming has become the first esports team to sign a book deal with a major publisher. The 272-page book titled Optic Gaming: The Making of Esports Champions is being published by HarperCollins, one of the world's largest publishing companies, with input from Hector Hex Rodriguez, Matt Nadeshot Haig, Seth Scump Abner, Will Big Timer Johnson, Ashley Midnight Glassell, Ryan Optic J Muscleman, and Ryan Fwiz Wyatt. According to a tweet by Darren Roble, a business reporter for both ESPN and ABC, the book deal also came with a six-figure advance to the team members. In the official description of the book, the company states that the members of Optic, quote, candidly share their stories of becoming Call of Duty's global royalty, ESPN X Games, MLG, ESWC, and Gfinity champions, laying bare their lives, exploring what it takes to make it in professional gaming, and speaking honestly about the consequences of their newfound fame. After just a week of being available for pre-order, the book is currently ranked in the top 13,000 books on the Amazon bestsellers list, with its highest ranking falling at number 12 on the Computers and Technology list for biographies about professionals and academics. Given that it is Optic Gaming, the team voted by fans as the Esports Team of the Year at the 2015 Video Game Awards, we expect them to sell more copies as we get closer to the book's release. The book is currently available for pre-order for $12 on Amazon and is to be released on May 17th. Over the past week, rumors had been brewing that another North American Call of Duty team was attempting to purchase a Counter-Strike team. Those rumors were confirmed on Wednesday, when Faze Clan announced on Twitter that they had purchased the G2.Kenguin CSGO team. In a post on G2's website, the company stated that, quote, G2.Kenguin has reached an agreement with Faze Clan for the immediate transfer of its CSGO team for an undisclosed fee. For the time being, G2.Kenguin will not have a Counter-Strike team. However, this does not mean that we will be taking a step back from the scene. We are putting our time and energy into finding a new top team that can live up to the expectations of our fans. The new Faze roster, consisting of Rain, Fox, J-King, Mikalele, and AZ, are widely considered to be one of the top 4 Counter-Strike teams in the world, with recent 3rd, 4th placings at both Intel Extreme Masters San Jose and DreamHack Open Cluj-Napoca late last year. Many are speculating the growth of Counter-Strike in North America to be the reason behind Faze's acquisition of the team, while others think that it's simply to keep competing against fellow Call of Duty rival Optic Gaming. Whatever the actual reason is, we are excited to see more esports organizations branching out into other games. If you want to see the new Faze roster in action, make sure you check them out as they compete in the Major League Gaming's North American Major taking place March 29th through April 3rd. That brings us to the streams for this weekend. For those of you interested in StarCraft II Legacy of the Void, this weekend is the DreamHack Open Leipzig. This tournament is the first WCS circuit event for 2016, with players competing for 5,000 WCS points and a $50,000 prize pool. If you want to tune in, be sure to check out twitch.tv/DreamhackSC2. DreamHack Leipzig will also be hosting CSGO this weekend, with Team Dignitas, SK Gaming, Navi, and more competing for the $100,000 prize pool. Go to twitch.tv/DreamhackCSGO to watch these top teams go at it. And finally, we have a rather interesting stream to talk about today. In 2014, Twitch Plays Pokemon became one of the most talked about streams on Twitch because it allowed viewers to directly influence the outcome of the game by entering commands into the chat. As a result of the success, Twitch has decided to launch Twitch Plays, a new category of channels, with the intention of increasing the discoverability of channels similar to Twitch Plays Pokemon. One such channel is Twitch Plays Zombital, which allows viewers in the chat to create their own characters to face off against bad guys with other chat members. If you want to check this out, and I highly encourage you to, go to twitch.tv/TwitchPlaysZombital. That does it for us this week. Feel free to check us out on Twitter in the link down below. If you like the content, let us know. Hit that like button, comment in the comment section down below, and subscribe to see more content like this. Again, my name is Taylor Zeller, and I will see you next week.